Hi, welcome back to Rene'e Photography. If you're not have subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so you can get all the notifications when I upload a video. Today I'm going to show you how to take an HDR photo. A lot of people get confused or they feel as if, oh, that sounds all fancy. All HDR stands for is a high dynamic range photo, and it's very simple. I'm going to show you in 3 steps how to take an HDR photo. Today we have a Chevrolet pickup truck which is in the woods. Currently this is actually a good area because it's shaded. The time right now is about 10:30 or so. Anywhere between 10 and 2, you want to make sure your ISO is set on 100. Now my ISO is currently on 100. My aperture is on 5.6 and my shutter is at a 1/13 of a second. I have my camera on a tripod so I can have some stability, because if I hold the camera in my hand at a 1/13, there will be camera shake. So just know, if you're taking any photos or any videos under 1/60th over a second for your shutter, you will have camera shake. In my tutorial today, I'm going to show you 2 programs that you can use to edit your HDR photo. One, I have Lightroom 6cc. I use a second photo editing program called Coral. And these programs is fit for the actual person who's going to be operating the program. You can choose whichever one you want to. Lightroom is the more basic of photos that I believe a lot of people use. Coral, not so many. But I'm going to show you also how I edit my photos on my laptop. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching Rene'e Photography. Okay, I've just now opened up my Lightroom, which is Adobe Lightroom 6. And here are my 3 photos that I've taken of the truck I said that was in the woods. Now my ISO changed because I did not take these photos with a flash. My ISO, I think I had to adjust it for the lighting, considering it was semi-shaded and semi-light in that room, that area. And my ISO, I believe, changed to like a 400. But here is I'll show you the photo. Okay, this first photo here, it is the correct exposure all the way around. And what I mean by correct exposure means that I took it as is with the camera setting on manual, and everything was zeroed out. My second photo, as you can see, is a little more underexposed. Now underexposure just means I did not compensate the light that the camera needed to take the photo. I took my dial and I closed my aperture, which is the same thing as an f-stop. I closed it under to a -1. So when you're doing HDR photos, the first photo you want to correct exposure. The second photo you want to have a -1 exposure. And now my third photo, as you can see, is a little more brighter than my first photo. So my third photo, this is an overexposed photograph. All that's saying is that my aperture moved from 0 to -1 to +1. My ISO, I believe, remained the same, and my shutter adjusts accordingly to my changes in when I captured the photo. So here I go again. I'll tell you again. So 1 is correct exposure, 2 underexposed, and 3 is overexposed. Okay, so what I'm going to do here in Lightroom, I'm going to hit Control and select all 3 photos, and then I'm going to left click, and here you go to merge photo and click on HDR. Now while it's setting, I will come back with you all whenever it finishes. Okay, now here I have selected the options for since all the photos were taken on my tripod and I never moved my camera, nor did I zoom in, zoom out. So I allowed the program to auto align, then I allowed it to auto tone, and then I put it on medium for my deghost amount. I didn't want to go too high. I wanted to be just kind of a sharp, crisp type look. So here, once that's finished, I'm going to click merge, and once all those merge, I'll come back with you while it is still loading. Once all the photos have merged within the program, I will get a fourth additional photo, and this will show all my photos combined. And what that is doing is it took my correct exposed photo, my underexposed photo, and my overexposed photo for me to have a crisp, clear picture of an HDR effect. Here underneath the development, I'm going to kind of play around with some of the settings. I don't really like to bother with it a lot, but just to kind of put your own spin on it. Here underneath my presence, you have a lot, also my presets, excuse me, you have either the black and white filter, which it gives you an example of what black and white filters with, and this will be the blue filter, the high contrast filter, green filter. All these are black and white. I don't want to have a black and white considering this is a nice sunny day and for some reason somebody decided to leave their truck inside the woods. And like I said, I don't want to go, so I probably will go to more of a color preset. I think the beach bypass was okay, but I like the age photo because to me, the truck speaks a lot of age. For instance, you can see that the grass is kind of growing around it. The letters is kind of worn off. The back window is busted out. That truck has probably not moved in a while. But I still like that photo, and it just means something to me because, for one, if the truck is still sitting here, all the trees that have grown around it, that speaks volumes. So, okay, this is with the punch, this is without the punch. Let me do it. I think that'd be a better way. Sorry about that. So this is just the HDR photo before any additional presets were added. Here is the HDR photo. Here is the HDR photo with a preset of punch. Now what I like to do is go over here sometimes to the basic tab, and on the basic tab I might just mess with the exposure. I might want to bring it down just a tad, not too bright. I don't want to really mess with the shadows. I like the clarity to be sharp, so I'll pull the clarity up. I'll probably boost it up maybe to about 70, 71. And as you can see, it's bringing out a lot of the area that has a lot of shadows. It's putting everything that's in focus a little more crisp. It looks a little grainy here, but when the photo is done, this is just a zoom in. So, and I kind of mess with the vibrance. And like I said, that brings the greens and like the yellows, because like here, this photo speaks a lot also with the seasons. You can tell that the season is changing. It's fall time and autumn in Louisiana. So that kind of brings out, the greens and the yellows. And I might just mess with the detail with the luminous. Here, just maybe, okay, 29 is okay. A 29 is okay. That's not too bad. I'm still not taking away from the picture. I'm still adding. As you can see here, the greens are out. Here you can see a little more of the detail of the grass. Not the grass, but the pine straw. And here you can kind of see a little more of these shadows have been filled in with a little light. Pretty much that's basically it. You can just kind of mess around with some of the edits if you have Lightroom 6, or some people like to call it Adobe Lightroom 6 CC. So if you have this, it's good to mess around with. Now I kind of want to bring out some of the shadows here. So let's see how that. There we go. Now, did you see the difference? Go here and watch again. Now the saturation, it gives me that fall look. If you can tell, this photo is my first 3 pictures I took, but I allowed the program to do an HDR and merge them, and I did it on medium, and I let it auto align and auto tone by itself. And here is the preset that I used was punch, and I just messed around with a few of the other my own tone to my eye. You do your picture to your eye, what you like. And that's one thing that I realized, that sometimes I might feel like, well, somebody like this, with somebody like that. You know, it's not what somebody else would like. I mean, they like it, they like it, they don't. Do it to your eye. What I'm trying to capture here is a truck in the woods that has been there a while. Trees, shrubbery, all types of things in the wooded area have grown around it. No trees were knocked down. It's kind of like summer, fallish, or autumn, and I want to give that grass look. I like the greens, I like the outdoor scenery, and basically that's all. So thank you again for watching, and leave me a comment below. And if you would like to try this, comment below. I'll leave you the steps in the description box or in the comments to let you know how I capture this picture, and send me some emails or send me some photos of what photos you've taken. Thanks again for watching the Rene'e channel.